Hey, thanks for joining me back here at 11:15. Um, I literally had to stop doing my dishes and come in here and big yelling in my head right now. It's funny. I was just doing dishes and the thought came to me like we need to work on focusing on the why over the how. And I was like, okay, but for what? In regard to what? And then it switched. And it was like, no, it needs to be the how over the why. What? What does that have to do with what the hell's that? No, they need to be integrated. It needs to be integrated. It's the why and the how. Like they need to be understood in regard to some situation. I don't know. But I have this deck. I haven't shown it on here yet. Really awesome deck. And we'll see what it has to say about this integration. Okay. Karma. Interesting. All right. So I don't know any of the meanings. Typically I read intuitively. Let's see about what this has to say. Now, karma on the basic level, we all know what that is. So we need the why to integrate the why with the how in regard to a situation. I literally stopped doing my dishes to come do this. Okay. So I'm going to read this for you. Part of your energy, excuse me, the lighting. I do have new lighting. I'm testing out a few of its variants just to see. But anyway, part of your energy carries the burden of your karma in two different ways. The first relates to what I consider as failures. I carry within me blocking memories related to our former lives with what I didn't manage to build and or overcome. Yet I also carry the wisdom we've built together and which you don't always use. This is the second way. I don't comprehend this so far. Today, I invite you to work and understand your karma. Know who you have been to understand the beautiful person you are today. The point isn't to look for excuses for yourself or hide behind your karma. Let's get the lighting. But to discover your inner power, become aware of the challenges and goals that are yours in this life. Using your method of choice, connect to your karma. Look at who you have been to take new steps toward inner transformation. And the spirit guide and the entity, those meanings I personally don't typically find to be relatable. But if you like, feel free to pause there and read those. This karma card. You know, it's funny that this was the one that flew out, and we have, this thought just attacked me. Well, I'm always keeping my mind open to new things that should be read for. I don't really care for, getting a bird's eye view into people's personal lives. I honestly, I pick up on too much stuff. Whoa. I pick up on too much that I don't want to know about. And it's not good for me. Some things a person just shouldn't know. And I'd like to keep this more to the point where it's most helpful for everyone. So yeah, this is why I'm attempting to go in this direction. I'm just adjusting like crazy. My camera was fine until I bonked it and just created chaos. So I'm attempting to adjust you here. Okay. So let's... What number is this? 16? So if we're applying... I'm just going to read over this again. So if we're applying, integrating the how and the why, part of your energy carries the burden of your karma in two different ways. See, now that's interesting right there. The fact that it's mentioning two different ways. So you could apply the how and the why to that. You know, the devil's in the details, and we're trying to stay away from the devil today, right? I will look further into that book and really try to comprehend the meanings. I think for this reading, go ahead and pause at that spot with the meanings from the book. If you find it reasonable to do so for you. Otherwise, I'm not going to harp on it. And I'm just going to go off on this. The how and the why. The how and the why. What do we have to say about the how and the why? Brilliance, reflect, and ceremony. The how and the why. The how and the why. The how and the why. Get more on the how and the why. Integrating the how and the why. And I'm still bumping into this damn tripod. Okay. The how and the why. Anything? No. The how and the why. Integrating the how and the why. I am confounded. Eliminate the shadow. Okay. We do have brilliance here and reflect. Divine will, awakened spirit. This is advanced. Yeah. This is some cosmic ancestors. Oh, geez. Okay. So the meaning for that card initially, that was to be taken into account for sure. I'm just really not certain how. Okay. We're getting into some transcendental meditation shit here. How do I even go? I don't feel like I'm necessarily picking up what these cards are putting down enough to explain I can't explain to you what I don't understand. Make space is what I'm hearing. Make space. Um, I don't know if that's just for me or if that's for the collective. Make space. I want to say it's both. Um, make space. Getting fairly esoteric here this morning. All right, make space. Message to pass on. Yeah, I have a message to pass on, and I can't figure out how to do it. Respect. I'm respecting the energy and reunion. Possibly bringing together the how and the why. This is wild. I need some words to clarify. I don't know where to begin here. Maybe you don't either. Maybe you are feeling like something is beyond confusing and you just have not a single tool in your being to unravel this clusterfuck. Oh my, and sometimes you just need to stop and laugh at the insanity of it all and just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm just I just don't know, but I want to learn. I feel like there's a learning here happening. Let go of fear, focus on a solution, desire to change. Message to pass on, respect, karma, ceremony, reflect, brilliance. Let go of fear. Well, welcome to Kelly's, message of the week esoteric word scramble. Like, what in the what the fuck is this? Oh my gosh. All right. May I please have some clarity? I can see whoever this applies to. And that's another reason why I kind of shifted gears. I don't think we should be separated by our signs. I don't like that. It's a separation. We're all humans. We all go through similar situations. We could all use some guidance and advice, And if it doesn't apply to you right now, okay, cool. Keep it in mind for later. Apply it to a past situation for which it may shed some new light and some new things for you to think upon in regard to that past situation. The how and the why. How does the how and the why apply to this? Clarification, please. Clarification on any of this? Why do I have a southern accent? You have the wrong deck, ma'am. What? Oh, goodness. Okay. So we've got an L shape that landed here for maybe you know why. I don't. Rebirth in reverse. Okay. and sacred. Just going into some deep life path, spiritual life journey stuff here. You know, when it comes to karma, we're here in this life to put things in balance, which is going to take some reflection. The rebirth card being in reverse. Perhaps we're being told to treat, even if you do feel like you know in your soul that we have several lives. Perhaps this is an indicator to say, don't wait until you're next to correct your karma. Now. Seems with some self-reflection, some shadow work, letting go of fear, realizing that you are a sacred being, awakening your spirit, realizing your will and desire to change. And this isn't surface change. This is core. This is you as a spiritual divine being. This isn't about your waking life. This is about changing who you are as a person for you. And of course, you know, who you are as a person is a person who interacts with other people. And those situations are of utmost importance. Those interactions. But at the same time, you can't treat other people the way that you should or could until you correct something within yourself. You're being told to speak with your ancestors here in regard to your concerns. The fact that we have respect here, this is Saturn nature. I'm seeing someone who is learning. I feel like someone is learning here. This is very interesting, and I'm not certain how to put this into words other than it seems there is a calling for a spiritual powwow growing into the type of person who would treat people in a manner for which does not take away but adds to your good pile, let's say. So let's look at karma as good and bad. The how and the why. Integrating the how and the why when it comes to our karma. One could say, if you're on a spiritual journey, which I highly recommend, I mean, I think it should be a lifelong pursuit to be closer and more open to the divine, whatever it is out there. But integrating the how and the why when it comes to your karma. The how would be to be good, genuine, forthright, fair, giving, loving, kind. Did I say caring yet? And the why. You know, that's one thing. If you caught the previous reading, I was looking into some other religions and their beliefs and whatnot, and I had listened to a few sermons from one of their, I guess you'd call him a preacher. I come from a Christian-based background, so I would suppose that's their version of a preacher, whatever the correct name for him would have been. I'm not certain. Church leader, whatever the proper term is. No disrespect if it's something different. But yeah, I was listening to him, and I don't know if it's in their holy book or if it's just his personal way of attempting to get his followers to understand the importance of the giving, monetarily and of time, however you give. But during this holiday season, it's basically supposed to earn you more karma points, if you will. And I found that to be a little unfortunate. Now, it's not to say it's wrong, right, or in the middle. Just I feel like it's unfortunate if and removing the religion aspect out of it. It's unfortunate to be a spirit on this plane with the power to make someone else's life better or easier, assist them in some way. It feels incorrect and wrong in my mind to only be doing that to be tallying up the good karma. It should be something that's in your heart. You want to do it because you know how difficult it can be to be in a tough situation. you do that kindness, you give of your time and or yourself or of your money. You give of those things out of the kindness of your heart, not to bolster your karma. And I think that's where the respect card comes in. That's about respecting other people and respecting yourself. Because you're shortchanging yourself and the other person if you're turning it into a transactional event. Even the best, most amazing gift turns hollow and meaningless if someone's heart isn't in it. So having that reunion of the how and the why. You know how. We all know how to be giving. Understanding how to be giving in whatever way. Understanding how to do that without having the why behind it of boosting your good points. I have a question for you. If it were so that doing the right thing and being good to other people resulted in terrible things happening to you, would you still do it? Just because it's right? Just because you know it's the right thing to do? If good didn't beget good, would you still stick your neck out for people? Would you still give of your care and your time and your charity? Because if you can't answer that with a resounding yes, what if every time you did something charitable with your care, your time, or your money, what if you didn't get a good feeling from it? What if there was nothing for you to gain from being a good person? Luckily for us, there is. There's tons to gain from being a good, decent human being. To a point. You can turn yourself into a doormat pretty easily. It takes some rationalizing and removing yourself from the equation. Please forgive my stomach. It's growling voraciously. I haven't eaten yet today. I apologize. This might be silly. I can't not do this. And this may make more sense. I don't know. I don't know why. I just can't stand seeing the cards like they are. It may just be a matter of rearranging some things, the way you think, the way you see some things. And I hate to think that anyone is like this, but I think as humans, we all probably deal with this at some point in some way, in some situation where we do the right thing for the wrong reason. I think we're being asked here to do the right thing for the right reason. Keep an eye on that. Maybe run back through some recent memories. Did I do the right thing? And if so, did I do it for the right reason? And I'm not saying if you can't do the right thing for the right reason, don't do it. But try to integrate the how and the why. Because it's very important. I'm hearing it may be the most important thing. Integrating the how and the why. If you're faced with a dilemma, you want to do the good thing, but you're not doing it for the right reasons. I don't think it means that you shouldn't do the good thing. I think it means you need to reflect, possibly have some meditation, or just ask yourself, what would the right reason be for this? And is there any way that I can work myself there? Just really dig deep. This is definitely an interesting one. I'm still not completely certain about that ceremony card or the brilliance. May I have clarification for ceremony and brilliance, please? Beyond illusion and maturity in reverse. I don't know if I have anything to say about those. Beyond illusion, it's the spiritual plane. It's the ever after. It's the core. It's the truth. Maturity in reverse. Not to say immaturity, but more like a childlike knowing and wonder. Time's running out. Clock ticking. I don't know if I'm speaking to someone who may have a health issue, who's concerned about their... I mean, this is good advice nonetheless, no matter what stage of your life you may be in, but you may be feeling more concerned about your karma and the good bad split. Now more than ever. And it may just be that you've been, getting in touch with yourself more spiritually, attempting to really just grow as a person. Maybe seeing your shortcomings and wanting to work on them. This one's really out in left field. Not that that's a bad thing. I live in left field. Very interesting stuff to take into consideration here. As far as the cosmic ancestors are concerned, voice your concerns to your ancestors. I think the takeaway, as far as things that can be done, journaling, meditation, dream analysis, really digging deep. And really paying attention to reintegrating the how into the why, or the why into the how, rather. Your why needs to be pure, or your how doesn't matter. Your why needs to be pure, or your how doesn't matter. It doesn't count. This is some phenomenal stuff here. All right, collective, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you again for stopping by here at 11:15. I hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.